Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pinball A Movie. This time, we're going to be talking about the movie The Addams Family and a little bit about the table that was based off the movie. So, today, for the first time, I finally got around to watching The Addams Family, which was a movie that came out in 1991, featuring Angelica Huston as Morticia Addams, Raul Julia as Gomez Addams, and Christopher Lloyd as Fester Addams, as well as it also starred Christina Ricci as Wednesday. I believe, right? Yeah, Christina Ricci as Wednesday. So what I want to say is, I thought this movie was a solid movie. It wasn't too long. It was just right. It was funny. I mean, for 1991, I laughed at some of the jokes. The jokes still, stand to this day. But I think probably my favorite thing about this movie was the relationship, the chemistry between Morticia and Gomez. I think they were really, those two really, had that relationship going, and even to the point where it says here on Wikipedia that Angelica Huston was nominated for a Golden Globe. So that tells you something. I mean, she did a really good job, but so did Raul Julia. I mean, geez. So I just thought the duo of them, their acting, really solidified this film. I think that without those two, this film wouldn't be as good as it is, especially with Christopher Lloyd as Fester. I think he also played a huge role. I always thought, before seeing the movie, I thought, Wednesday had a bigger role in the movie, but not really. I mean, she was there in the movie with Pugsley, but it was more centered on Fester. And I didn't even know the story of the Addams Family until watching this movie, because apparently the characters from this movie is based on characters from a cartoon created by a cartoonist named Charles Addams in a 1964 TV series produced by David Levy. So this definitely has a history that I did not know about. The plot is very interesting. I can tell you now that by seeing the movie, I will be able to enjoy the table more. And it's been awesome. I mean, just doing these Pinball A Movie episodes, watching different movies that have been turned into pinball tables. The plot is really good. It kind of threw me off for a sec, because at the beginning I'm wondering, is Fester, Gordon, right, as his name from his adopted, mother, is basically infiltrating the Addams family and posing as the brother of Gomez Addams, Fester. And when I was watching, I was like, if he looks like him, he's got to, you know what I mean? So I was like thinking, like, and then it made sense, like, oh, he's got to be the actual brother, because then you find out that he was adopted, right? Because he was lost in the Bermuda Triangle. So there was a lot of funny scenes. I think my favorite, and I don't want to say favorite, but one of my favorite scenes was probably the school play. When Pugsley and Wednesday were giving their school play on a Shakespeare play, and there was blood gushing out onto the audience. I think that's what this movie did really well too. It's that dark humor, depicting a family, not your everyday ordinary family down the road, right? This is a family that, does black magic, seances, and that's what I think I really like too, is the kind of the atypical portrayal of a family. But as you watch this movie, you kind of begin to see that it doesn't really matter how weird a family is. I mean, they still, every family is different, right? And the Addams family, they love their kids in their own way. And I think that's a kind of a point that comes across as you watch, and you find that, Fester, at the end of the day, he wanted a family to love him. I mean, if his adopted mother loved him, it wouldn't be a problem. But the adopted mother didn't love his adopted mother didn't love him as much as the Addams family. Even though he is part of their family, it just goes to show, like, love really has a big change. I also love some of the parts where, like, near the end where Morticia was on that wheel, strapped to that wheel, and then and Gomez was like, it's just like, oh man, you have all that, like, kind of like this, like, sadistic, sexual overtones, but I think they did it great. They didn't do it too much. But a little interesting thing too is that this movie, during production, it was really stressful. I mean, there was health problems. There was a lot of rewrites. And so originally this film was supposed to be developed by Orion Studios. And because Orion was going through some financial issues, they had to give it and sell it to Paramount. So this Paramount took it over, released it, and the interesting thing is that it made 7 times as much over its budget. So the budget was $30 million, right? This is 1991. Box office, $191.5 million. So that is pretty intense there. Just goes to show some movies, they may struggle during the production, but you ultimately never know until it hits the box office. And even then, some movies may even flop at the box office, but then they pick up later when it goes to DVD or more people start knowing about it. So, so now we're going to be playing the table. This table was released in the following year of 1992 and was designed by Pat Lawler. And this machine is, one of the, iconic pinball machines in the later solid states, because it also featured custom speech. But according to Wikipedia, that custom speech was really just from the motion picture itself. So I think they had some actors doing voice acting, but really they just got a lot of it from the movie, like bits and pieces from the movie. But I think the greatest kind of thing that this table is known for is where is that? It has the those magnets. It has these magnets during the table during the seance. Seance. It says here when the power magnets are activated. So the power magnets on the main playfield are activated. So I think that's one of the reasons why it was also like one of the more iconic tables. I think it was also it was one of those tables that was the first for something as well. But I just remember the magnet for me. It had 20,270 units in production. That's a lot of Addams Family tables. This is a table that I would love to play IRL. I haven't done much playing of IRL pinball lately, but if I ever see this on the pinball app map, I will definitely give this a go. It's a beautiful table, but it is very hard. We're talking about ball drains here. So let's go. I actually have to turn up my volume here because... Okay. So there is a skill shot. If you hit it just lightly, okay. If you hit it lightly, there's a little hole that the ball will go into. Okay, also another favorite thing that I liked about the movie was the bookcase. I like how, like, when they were reading the books on the shelf, like, the books had the power to do what their title said. So Gone with the Wind, The Hurricane, Greed. I think they were even reading The Sun Also Rises from, what's his name? Hemingway?
Dirty pool, old man. I like it.
And now I know where... Oh, wow. What a bad multi-ball. And it's really, I know I say this a lot, but really watching the film and then playing the table, it really makes you appreciate both the table and the film. So now I have a different appreciation for it now that I've seen the film.
Gomez.
Yep, now I remember Raise the Dead. That was at the end of the movie. The game. But it's so difficult, this table. You kind of have to try hard to really get a good score. Also, I did not understand. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I did not like Cousin It. I just felt like I couldn't understand what it was saying. I didn't know what it was, and maybe that's the point. But I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't it. Like, it wasn't it, if that makes sense. But I feel like it is it because it's exactly what I'm. Okay, I think this is the seance mode because I'm getting the magnets. And I was about to put subtitles on because I wasn't sure if what it was saying was actually saying something that I could get meaningful, like, you know. Oh yeah, now I love this thing. Now I understand that. See, this match scene was when they were moving out, when they got kicked out of their own house.
Rest in peace.
Because basically, you know, the whole point of this was also about greed. The family vault, the fortune. Here we got extra ball. Let thing flip. You know, now that I think about having seen the movie, I think that the Thing extra flipper, automatic flipper, is actually really good at mimicking Thing from the movie. It's a small flipper, kind of shaped like, you know, it assists you like Thing was doing in the movie, you know, helping around the house, or, you know, telling Gomez that Morticia was under duress. $6 million. Okay, $6 million. Oh! Oh! But yeah, I think the biggest part, I think really Morticia Addams, played by Angelica Huston, she did a really, like, gosh, you know. I'm also curious to know what you guys thought about the movie. You know, maybe you guys have some opinions. Highly recommend it to those who have not seen it. It'll help you understand the table more. And especially, I wanted to watch it, you know, for it being almost Halloween. I thought it was... Oh, there's the magnets! I thought it would be fitting. Oh, right down the middle. One more time. I just want to like a decent game here. I don't know if 11 million is decent.
Rest in peace.
And now I know where that line comes from. That's when Morticia was talking to Fester in the graveyard, because she was kind of suspecting that Fester was up to no good. So she was kind of trying to scare him.
Look, darling, just what we've been searching for.
The Mamushka scene was pretty interesting and funny. I also like that scene where they're getting kicked out of the mansion, and the judge was the neighbor, where the golf balls were being a hit, and then he said the judge, who's the neighbor, gave the a basket of golf balls to Gomez as like retaliation. I'm wondering though, there was another one that came out after this, Addams Family Values from 1993. I haven't heard a lot about that. Is that worth a watch? Or is it considerably worse than the first one?
Why, thank you, Bing.
Oh, okay. Extra ball is that scoop up the middle.
Gomez.
The red is lit. Let me get that. There we go.
Why, thank you, Bing.
Also, you gotta appreciate the hand jokes. Thank you, hand. Lend me a hand, and you know. It was. I think the film aged well. I think it's still good today.
Now you've done it.
Okay, we got multiple. This is a hard multi-ball because you have to hit that middle ramp. It's only a 2-ball, I think. But yeah, now I know where he says showtime when they're watching the films in the vault. Oh no! We got a thing multi-ball.
That's the spirit thing. Lend a hand. Dirty pool, old man. I like it.
Dirty pool, old man. No! I had to shoot again, though. Apparently, also, the book Greed is... I can't remember, but it's an actual book by an author. I think JP, was it? Getting some good vibrations from my haptic feedback here.
Let's go, Bing.
Ooh! Oh! I'm on ball 2 still, okay.
Old man.
Interesting also seeing Cousin It on the outlanes. But I think that's because I didn't really watch the 1964 series, that I didn't appreciate it, because I didn't know who it...
Gomez.
And I wonder if you have to... I mean, I like the film, and I haven't even seen the 1964 television series, but I wonder if watching the 1964 film series... I bet it does. I mean, actually, you know, it could be bad or good. Some people, when shows are translated into movies, sometimes they say, "Oh, this wasn't on this show," that kind of stuff. Well, guys, thank you for watching me play and listening to me talk to you guys about the Addams Family in this feature of Pinball A Movie. Wow, I'm 1052. It's a great movie, and I'll be doing my next video review will be on Twin Dark Fate, so I'll be able to finish that off and you know, kind of give my final thoughts on the Terminator series, and maybe watch Terminator 2 again, you know? So until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.